Hola a todos. De aquí in Bogota. It's really early in the morning, just getting ready. And today, not actually 100% sure what we're doing today. We're gonna ask on TikTok. It's kind of been my buddy the last few days. All of you guys giving me suggestions on places to go. Thank you all so much. But one thing I do know about here in Bogota is it is cold in the mornings. And I kind of bought this little hoodie. I forgot what the name is, like I can't remember exactly, but I really love this thing. Can you see this? Look at that. It's literally like wearing a blanket, walking around. And it even has something here to hook it. So I'm nice and warm. And it's perfect for starting these early mornings out, because it's about 5:45 in the morning. But we're gonna go out because Bogota is one of those early morning cities. It's one of those places where it's great to be out early because the sun's out, and then come in a little bit early because the sun goes down early. So, all right. How do I look? Yeah, all right. So kind of like what I said before, I think I said this on TikTok, I can't remember the name, maybe you can help me in the comments, the name of this right here. Like walking out early in the mornings, because like I say, it's about 5:30 in the morning, and it's an early morning culture, meaning it's 5:30 in the morning. There's people out on scooters, young people, old people, and as I'm here in Colombia, I think it's really cool starting the day off like this, because I feel like the days are fuller, because before I know it, the sun is down and it's 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and it's been a 12-hour full day. But I'm doing my best to live and kind of be on the local people's schedule, and people are up this early, so I think it's time for me to be up this early, and gonna get some editing done in the videos, taking some of your suggestions about Colombia, going to a few other places, and yeah, I think, yeah, that's how this is how this morning is starting. Zero plan at all. And sometimes I feel like that's just the perfect way to do it, especially like when you're in a place where you don't really know anybody. Because if you don't know anybody there, you don't know what to do, there's just like there's this pressure of like, I need to do something, I need to show something, I need to have pictures for social media. But it's like, guys, it's okay to just like chill out. Like, yo, it's okay to just chill out, not have a plan, go for a little walk around. That's it. The plan will always find you. I think one of my favorite YouTubers was talking about that. He was talking about the importance of keeping your days flexible. I think that's true in real life, but if you can do it while you're creating social media, even better. So if you guys can do it in your real life, I think having that flexibility, that's important. And look, you guys can see over here in Colombia, we got police on the corner, like I say, really safe, normally feeling. And over here, where you guys see this is like the little cups that they're passing right there. That's called tinto. Tinto's like the Colombian coffee. So all the people there in the mornings, tinto, everyone seems to be drinking it every single morning, all the time. I would say we'll get some, but I realize that there's sugar in it. I don't like to spike my insulin and have sugar in the mornings. So we can walk by and look at it, but I'm going to a place where I can just get a plain black coffee to get some work done. But starting the days off early here, it's beautiful doing it. And when you can be warm and do it, even better. I don't know if we can go in here. I want to show y'all something. Look at all this. So one of the things that's really important to know about here in Bogota is there's so much graffiti everywhere. Like this right here, this is nothing. Like this is nothing compared to all the different graffitis that they have everywhere. And I what's very important to know about the graffiti is they actually tried to take the graffiti down. So I know you've heard of the graffiti tours, you've seen it in people's videos that are here, you see it if you live here, but they want to take it down in the city and paint over it. But then they realized that, number one, tourists like it, and it made the city look more beautiful, and they kind of started leaving it here. But the reason why there was so much and it started was because of all the conflict that was here in Colombia. And because of all the conflict that was here in Colombia, what artists ended up doing was expressing themselves and the conflict and everything that was going on. They expressed it through art. So there's so many places just like this, of so many different graffitis, so much different. I mean, there's not even just graffitis on the walls. Like if you look up at some of the buildings, like some of the buildings really high up, you'll see so much graffiti. Like I don't even know how they were able to go up there and do it, but it's on so many buildings all throughout Bogota, and famous artists. There's actually tours for them here and also in Medellin as well. But I found that super interesting, and just being here is a great reminder of, yeah, it just brightens up the city. I mean, you can't stand anywhere here in Bogota without seeing graffiti somewhere on the wall. But now, like I say, it's not even 6 o'clock in the morning, and I can feel myself wanting and needing a Okay, so this is a little bit later in the day. Today's video didn't go according to plan like I thought it would. Actually, this is a black light. Okay, so today's video didn't go according to plan like I thought it would. It actually started storming a lot, so I ended up just staying inside. Got a good nap in, and I talked to my friend, and he was telling me asking me about South America. And Russell, if you're watching, what's up, bro? So I guess maybe just something that I hope can help you guys while I'm getting ready for tomorrow, because we have a really big adventure tomorrow. But I'm just really shocked at South America, like how no one's really talked about it. Because I'm really shocked at how no one's talked about like South America. Like from a standpoint of like safety, it's not as dangerous as I thought that it would be. Like so many people just told me about how dangerous it was and all this stuff happened, but once again I'm shown that it's no more dangerous than anywhere else that I've ever been before. The people are super friendly, and the prices as well. Like as far as like staying here and like compared to Europe, for example, I heard people talk about budget travel in Europe. It's way less expensive here than in Europe. It's way less expensive here, for example, than in Mexico. For the same prices of everything we've gotten here, I'm not saying it's twice as expensive in Mexico, but and the quality is really nice. Like I thought that it would be like everything would be run down, the streets would be just super dirty, like the food wouldn't be that good. We actually had a friend, Colombian, that we had talked to, or we had just kind of met them, and they were just like, well, you better enjoy your meat and food before you leave Mexico, because you're not gonna find it in Colombia. But here, there's so much food that is like anything you want. Like if you want French food, Italian food, like there's Pizza Hut, there's Little Caesars, they got like Uber Eats, it's called Rappi, they have that here. And I'm just like, for the quality and for being in a metropolitan city, because usually if you're in a metropolitan city, it's expensive. But for the quality, it's incredible. And everyone's been so nice. Like every person we've met, like even the people who come to us on the street or come to me on the street, like asking for money or asking me to buy stuff, I'm always like, no, it's okay. And they just walk away. They don't argue, they don't harass. Which brings me to the last thing that maybe I'll talk about here, which I'm really confused about, and I'll shoot another video on it and we'll try to figure out tomorrow. But there's no tourists here. Like, there's like none. Like, I think in the street, like I said before, I've seen maybe like 5 in like a week of being here. So I'm not sure what's going on. I think we're gonna have to go out tomorrow and ask some of the people like what's going on. And because it's very weird for me. I don't get it. So many people talk about wanting to see exotic cultures and everything, and when you come to a place like here, although yeah, it's kind of Western society, it's kind of like they do things the old-fashioned way as well. You guys saw as I walked around in the streets, they sell stuff on the street, people are friendly, people are saying hello, like no one's really harassing you. A lot of the streets are clean, especially if you go into like the more like upscale neighborhoods, like the more, I guess the more posh neighborhoods. And yeah, I've been kind of shocked. It's nothing like what I expected. Like I was ready for danger. I was ready for like having to try to figure things out and everyone being scared and looking at me weird. When in reality, once again, like I said, I'm proving that we just listen to people who talk from their experience, and we listen to people who most of the time haven't even been there. Like I bet you the people who tell you not to go to different places, most of the time, those are the people who have never even been there. And I find that's fascinating. And even someone who has been there and has lived there, you gotta remember they don't live the same life as you. And when I'm here, I'm like, people don't, like people who are like, the people aren't friendly, I'm like, the people who are telling me that, they're not like me. Like they don't go around just saying hello to everybody like I do. They maybe feel weird, and because they think that it's scary and dangerous, they don't look at anyone, so they don't show anyone eye contact. So everything that they feel is true because it's just being reflected back to them. So once again, I'm reminded of like this whole go see for yourself. And I realize when you take that approach of go and see for yourself, it's usually never what people say. And not only is it never like what people say, but it's actually even better because you get to make your own experience. I've made a mess of this bathroom, by the way. You get to see for your own experience, and you get to go and see with like a blank slate. It's kind of one of the things I love to do when I am traveling, is to not only go see for myself, but go there with a blank slate. So even if I ask like 20 people what they thought of the place that they lived in, I'm going there and saying, well, let's see what it's gonna be for me. Not like I'm gonna have the same thing, the same experience that they had. Like I'm gonna go there and not talk to anyone or not meet anyone or fall in love or party or do that. Like your experience is different. Like, and I realize like my experience is different. My life is different. The way I look at everything is different. So why would I expect to have the same perspective as someone who lives here? So yeah, I'm really blown away for the quality of life that you can get here, and I'm in a nicer place than I stayed at when I was where are some places I've been that's really nicer place here than I stayed at when I was in Phoenix, Arizona, for example, or when I was in Austin, Texas. I'm in a nicer place than I was when I visited those places. And maybe not nicer than Erie when I went there, when I was on that place on the water, but it gives it a run for its money. And South America, and this is just one place. This is Bogota. Like, this is not even like the places that everyone told me to go see in South America if you want to see something really nice. So I think there's beauty everywhere. And I think the more that we listen to other people's beauty, is the more it throws off what we actually think of it as beautiful and perfect, because my definition of beautiful is different than yours. My definition of success is different than your definition of success. So of course, when we look at something, I'm gonna see it different than you are. And someone who's not happy in a place, maybe they're looking for something different than you're looking for. So yeah, I've been blown away. I love it. And I think it's a place you need to go and see for yourself. And on that note, guys, let me know what you think about this little talk time. I've never really done videos like this, but I actually like consuming videos like this. So I was like, why not have a little talk with you guys as I get ready for I don't even know what, but thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys following me on the day. And yeah, really cool experiences and really cool days coming up soon. Found some really interesting, I've got a lot of suggestions on TikTok. So if you guys are here from TikTok, thank you for coming over. But got a lot of suggestions, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to show you, bring you guys along with me, and we'll go see some new things. So on that note, guys, I shall speak to you tomorrow. I appreciate you being here, appreciate your support. And as always, guys, it's very important, super important to remember that you need to work hard. You need to be brave. And no matter what, don't forget to smile. Ciao.